everybody, and welcome back once again. Here we are again with another edition of Inside the Headset. It's week 4, it's game 4. I'm with the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors, head coach Will Kriesky. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well.
Friday night, backyard brawl, and now you're looking at 1 and 2, but a tough loss. First play of the game, I thought that, golly, are we at a football game? I mean, are you guys awake? And then kind of got into it, and some things happened on their side, and then then you got going, a couple of long runs, and then all of a sudden just a couple of penalties I saw in the game too that I thought, that's easy to correct. That's 15 yards. You're giving them 15 on a third down. You're digging yourself a little bit deeper of a hole. A couple of things like that. Game was yours.
Yeah, it was a tough loss, and the kids took it hard. The kids took it real hard. The kids are really out here working hard. They're doing exactly what we asked them to do. And they're believing in the process. And to not get a win like that really hurt. But we hurt ourselves, like you said. And the mistakes can be corrected. Early on, our first offensive play, we turned the ball over.
I mean, you can't build from that. It's hard.
And it's tough, especially in their territory. But then we created a fumble. Their quarterback fumbled the ball, so we got it back on it. We moved the ball well at times. Savion Davis ran the ball well at times. I felt like the first half it was Gentry Bonds versus Master Teague, man. They were going at it. It was two good football players being physical, and neither one of them wanted to lose the game.
No.
And it kind of set the tone of the ball game. And both those guys were determined to try to set their team apart. And it was just two good football teams that played on Friday night. And we were unfortunate to not come away with the win.
Bonds and the quarterback collided there on that one play, and I just was like, oh my goodness. And the way he was holding his wrist, I thought, the way he collided inward, I thought, could have snapped that wrist very easily, but seems to be okay.
Yeah, he's fine. It was just a little stinger, a little precautionary. He had to come out for a few plays, and he's a competitor, so he wanted to come back in. And that quarterback, I think it shook him up a little bit.
It shook him up. Yeah, they put the backup in, and then he got better real fast.
Yeah, so then he come back in. But like you said, it's a competitor. Not only Gentry, but you had Kentrell Green, you had Isaiah Stewart. Bobby Preston, all of them are playing hard.
Scruggs played a good game.
Yeah, Scruggs on the offensive side, he played really well. He got a lot of touches. He's finally starting to feel a little bit better. He dinged his shoulder up early in the jamboree, and it's finally coming back around where he's getting confidence.
His vision looked good on that one run. Looked like he weaved right up through there and picked up, I guess, 10, 12 yards on that one play.
He had a lot of carries, and he's doing well. But like I said, it's a physical, good ball game, good clean ball game. It was fun, competitive. Like I told somebody the other day, it probably was better to be a fan than to be a coach at night, especially a coach on our sideline.
Well, so you get up, and like you say, and the one good thing was you played real good defense. Let's talk about that. You played real good defense the second half. Now, there's something to build from. So talk a little bit about that.
The defense did. They played really well. We praised them. I mean, you held Blackman to 23 yards in the second half. That's pretty impressive. I tried to ask somebody the other day, when was the last time that happened?
Right.
That's pretty good, and that's
or 25 or less. Shoot, let's just set the bar right there.
When's the last time that has happened? And that's what I want to build on. I want to have good defensive teams because I believe you have to be a good defensive team to survive in this league. It's competitive. It's smash mouth football around here, and you got to be able to play defense week in and week out to survive.
Put your special teams under a little pressure. Yeah, talk a little bit about that. But you're going to have to anyway somewhere down the road. So it's either now or then, and
And Connor, last year this time, Connor hit the game-winning field goal against Hillsborough. So we have all the confidence in the world in Connor. And Connor's been kicking the ball well. We wish we were a little bit closer. Some penalties hurt us on that drive to make the kick a little bit farther than what we wanted to. Yep. But we still had the confidence in him, and he got a good kick off of it. It just went a little wide.
Your next opponent is no slouch. Plenty of speed on that side of the ball, and what I guess when we say speed to us, I mean it's not speed like we see very much around here. I mean, we've got some fast guys. Those guys down there, their first step, they're already in the fit. I mean, it's that fast, and they get long gazelle running looking kids. They got some good looking kids on the field.
Yeah, they got a quarterback number 10 who's never played football before. He actually transferred from McGavick and was a basketball player. He didn't start or play much. He played a little bit against Oakland. He didn't start in week 1 against Pearl-Cohn, but he's gotten more and more reps each week. And last week he started against Station Camp and threw for over 250 yards. He's just an athlete. You got Javante Perry number 1 for him. He's an athlete. And like you said, on the defensive side, they're athletes all over the field, and they are fast. And that's what I was just telling the kids. I said, if you don't come prepared and you don't prepare this week,
they'll blow you out quick. I mean, you will be sitting on the sideline watching a rolling clock if you don't pay attention.
Yes, and like I was talking to somebody, you know, it's 1 or 2 teams, but it's 1 or 2 teams that are both hungry for a win. And it's going to be another battle on Friday night.
Well coached, too.
Oh, well, Coach Clayton does an excellent job over there. He's been there for a while, and they've been to state championship game, and he's done an excellent job. And he's been in Tennessee for a while, and he's made a stamp here in Middle Tennessee, and he does a great job with his ball club.
How do you feel about getting on the road?
I'm excited. You know, it's getting in that routine. It's the first week, you know, Udawat, Middle, it was kind of a away game, but it wasn't.
Right.
But, you know, this one go a little bit farther, go down the road a little bit. So we'll head down to Nashville, and we'll get in that routine. And yeah, there's, you know, a little nervousness on travel, but then, you know, we've got a good group of seniors. Like I've told you every week, these group of seniors are balled in. You know,
it seems like that they're really, I don't know, it just seems like I'm talking about nonverbal movement, but, you know, just listening to the other kids cheer each other on as they're going through their sprints. You know, I don't want to run another one. Let's help each other and encourage each other. And not that it was going on in the past, but I'm just saying, when you start to get that, that's something you can't coach.
No, exactly. And that's what's going to help us if these leaders come and emerge. We need them this time. And like I told them this weekend, you know, it's a long season.
It's a long season, but it's a short season. I mean, it is. We're a third away of the season, but you still got your guaranteed 8 left. You know,
exactly.
I mean,
you know, so I keep telling seniors, how do you want to leave this stand? You know, it's easy for me, and it's easy for other people to say, well, it's his first year, let's give him a pass.
No, that isn't the way we got the game.
That's not the way I work, and that's not the way you should work. And you know, I'll tell these seniors, because, you know, I've gotten a lot of comments, well, your kids are playing hard, your kids are playing hard. Well, that's good, and let's convert that into W's. We need to convert that into wins.
Yeah, and what a lot of people understand is, I want them to play hard, I want them to be good and all that, but, you know, and we want them to play with a ledge. We understand we're going to get a penalty every once in a while. We don't want that to continue, but do whatever. But most of all is
you learn to overcome those penalties.
Yeah, and you got to be able to.
Bad snaps.
You just got to be able to keep everybody together. And maybe, how was the continuity during the game, Coach? Speak of that as far as them trying to keep themselves going and up.
It was actually really good. They were encouraging each other. At halftime, they felt good and they felt positive. But the kids were working hard together. They felt like they believed. They believed they could have done something special, and they were trying to, you know, capture a victory. And that's why we were able to move the ball. And we just got a little too aggressive on that punt return. You know, we got it down to the 18, but the kid finished the block after the whistle blown, and that just can't happen.
Well, hopefully, just this last Friday night, hopefully they'll be able to reach back within themselves when they get back in that next moment. And I don't want to say try a little bit harder, but it's always find that little bit of extra something special to put the game versus over in one column and pull it over into another. And I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we just got to find a way to win. You know, we've done all the right things. We played hard, but we just cannot keep making the same mistakes over. Going into week 4, we got to overcome those mistakes, and we got to be ready to play a good football team. We got to be prepared physically, mentally, and we cannot have the mental breakdowns during the game.
Had a great crowd Friday night. I mean, it was a great football atmosphere. I mean, like you said, if you were not involved in that game and you didn't enjoy it, you're not a football fan. You need to find something else to do, probably.
Exactly. I went and told our student body today, we had the kids on the front row all the way to the very last of the top of the fence, and I was really proud of that. It was pretty impressive to see how many kids were up there to support this football team.
Injury-wise, how are you?
We're a little banged up. We got
That's week 3.
Yeah,
bruises.
We got about 6 or 8 guys that are going through some bumps and bruises. Some will be ready by Friday. Some will have to sit this week. But you know, that's what we're trying to do.
Step up number 2, the opportunity.
Exactly. You know, it's time for someone else to move on. Let's play ball.
All righty. Friday night, the Warriors will get on the war wagon and they'll move downtown and get into position for a 7 o'clock kickoff against the Hillsboro Burros and the Riverdale Warriors. Y'all be there.